This is not your normal discussion where we talk about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered. This is not your normal discussion where we talk about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Not Your Normal Discussion. This is your host, Queen Petey.
Hey, y'all, Nina.
Your boy Tris bringing you bliss on his crypto disco stick.
Voice of God, Sonic Chronic.
And we have...
Go ahead, Queen.
Oh, and we have with us today a returning guest. Yay! Timothy Howard Lawson. Yes, he is here to drop a whole bunch of crypto info on us and how we can better our financial situations.
Oh, he's about to decrypt the crypto for us.
Thanks for having me again. I appreciate it.
No problem. So I hope that everyone's week has been amazing. Yeah, that's all I can say for me. No, I'm playing. I'm playing. I hope that everyone's week was amazing, or 2 weeks actually. I had my grandmother's memorial on Tuesday, and the voice of God was there to support me. Thank you.
Aww.
Yes, he held my hand and met my dad's side of the family. It was great.
Did she just say that? Did she just
say
It
that?
Is? Oh, I thought you said bad side of the family.
Oh, no, Dad.
Why would I say that?
Hell. Jesus Christ. Oh, my God.
Why would I say that? That's horrible.
That's why I was like, I know this is not your normal discussion.
Look, okay, but my brain, remember my brain hurts. So y'all got to forgive me. That's the reason why I'm in the avatar, you guys. Brain is hurting. Yeah, it was great. It was great. Until I found a hair in my food, but you know.
Well,
you said,
Maybe it's delicious
hair in my food.
Maybe it's delicious. We don't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what is she saying for? You like hair in your damn food?
I thought you said you put hair food. Remember
I don't even know what that means, but okay.
Oh, there's a
No, it used to be like a hair mask.
Yeah, it's a hair mask. Hair food. Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, like she's doing something to her hair, not hair.
I found hair in my food.
Yeah.
But yeah, make it quick.
Quick thing is that I got a 94 on my practical. I am almost done, and I already got my heavy books for my next mod. And big news is July 21st, I start my externship.
Yay!
Congratulations.
Yes. Absolutely. Oh, you know what I forgot?
What?
I got my pre-license, my real estate pre-licensing certificate. Yes.
Go tell.
Yes. So I'm this much closer to selling houses, you guys.
Okay, good.
Yes.
She's gonna put you in a
singing, rapping,
I'm telling you.
author, yes. You're doing it all.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Got some family issues.
Saw that post
go ahead.
you put on. I was gonna say congratulations with that post. The one that you said you could put your name.
Oh yeah.
Up, so.
Thank you. Yes. I'm so proud of myself. But go ahead, Tris.
I was gonna say just some at-home family medical issues. Just pray for both the family I'm living with, and also gonna see my sister and my mom for an early, Mother's Day celebration this weekend. So
Oh,
hope that goes well. And we'll see how many Bible verses are
oh,
present for the occasion.
oh,
Besides
bless you.
that, taking every day at a time. It's good. It's good.
Okay.
How about you, voice of God?
Oh, sorry. Um,
Wow.
I'm prepping
He's
stuff
not
in the
used to it.
background, getting ready for our break. But everything's been okay, I suppose. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the last
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks have been a little crazy and hectic,
Mm-hmm.
but one step at a time, one step and day at a time. I've been worried about our economy, which is all more of a reason to really get this information that he's about that Mr. Tim Lawson is about to give to us. Because if you didn't need it before, you definitely need it now. Okay. If anything told you, so how long ago were you on our show? Maybe like it was last year, right?
Yeah, around November.
Right.
A lot done changed since then.
Yeah.
Since
So
so
Yeah.
a
yeah.
lot.
So I'm looking forward to hearing this information, and I'm hoping other people are tuning in to get this information as well as we are. So.
Yeah,
Jack. Hey, Jack.
There's a Jackie Chan. Hi,
Mhm.
Stinky Man.
He had a rough Monday.
Oh,
He fell out of his chair
Oh.
and ended up in a nurse with a busted nose,
Oh,
had a big right here, and his nose was bleeding. So
oh,
he's
ooh.
healing though. It was like huge. He said he looked like a peanut.
a peanut. All right.
I'm glad you
That's
out.
different.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here, alive and
Yeah,
well.
Because
yeah.
this was swollen here, and then over here was swollen, so it looked like a peanut.
Oh.
Oh.
All
Yeah.
right. How's it been, Tim? How's it been?
it's been good. So a lot of good things been happening since I've been on your show, and thank you for the opportunity. I've been on, several other broadcasts. I've been on Field
Yeah.
Radio, and recently did a couple of interviews that's all coming out, within this week. So, I thank you, and I'm also, going forth. The last major thing I did was go to the Philadelphia Business Expo. Did a lot of networking there, so I'm definitely you're going to see me on more collaborations. And
Awesome.
this was my first one, so I thank you guys for that. And I have
Oh,
to return.
oh, you're welcome. No problem. Yeah, but let's see. So actually, let's take our first break, and we will be back, and we will get into your cryptocurrency training and everything that you have going on now.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. Okie dokie.
All right.
All right. We will be back soon. Okay, my brain is hurting like hell. My eyes are hurting. I'm so
Smoking or
sorry.
something. That's what's up.
Everything just hurts right now. Baby, did you turn us back on?
I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kaka kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. Alan.
Welcome back to Not Your Normal Discussion. And we are going to continue our interview of Tim Lawson.
Bye.
I love the little snappies.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so tell us, what have you added to your crypto oh my God, crypto classes and crypto. Oh my God, what is going on?
Arsenal.
And I can tell you. So the last thing from our last conversation, I was talking about doing the academy for young men and women. I get to the development of that, but I do have someone that's going to plug me in with the Philadelphia Juvenile Center. So I'm going to go in there and teach them. Another thing I added was charting. So what I've been doing was trading crypto futures lately as well. And I'm working with a company called Top One Futures. So I'm, working with them, got funded with them, and I'm trading futures with that company. They're a funding firm that works together with other traders. So you can trade crypto futures on their account. So I haven't taught that to my people yet, but I'm still learning. So that's something that I'm putting in my arsenal. And since I've been on your show, I was working in corporate America, but I actually left. So I'm doing crypto investing and crypto coaching 100% full time. And
okay.
Yes, congrats.
I have a new slogan. Don't look for a job, invest instead. And the reason I got that is if you read Robert Kiyosaki book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, there's 4 quadrants. And I think I spoke to you about this in the other interview, but I'm just going to reiterate for people who didn't see that interview. You have your employee quadrant, which, a lot of people, if you're working a 9 to 5, you're an employee, you're a W-2 employee. You get a set salary for the year, or you get an hourly salary for the year. Self-employment is what everybody doing now, like me, like you, not your normal discussion. This is, a self-employment effort. If you guys got, advertisers or sponsors, that's the way you get paid. The investor quadrant is this is where you park your money, whether it's crypto, whether it's futures, whether it's options. This is where your money work for you. And the business model is something like a laundromat, something that you can set your business up and it don't need you to run. The self-employment needs you to run, but the business part needs you to run. So the part of the quadrant I'm in self-employment and I'm in an investor's quadrant because, for coaching, I'm the only one. I haven't taught any other coaches. I'm the only one coaching. So if I don't give the people what they need, then they don't get that crypto coaching. So everything goes through me for now until I build up a team. But the best thing that I am is an investor because remember, your money don't have to sleep. Your money don't have to go on vacation. You put your money in the right vehicle, it doubles and triples. You put your money in the wrong vehicle, it'll crash. And that's why you need a coach to define where, like, hey, you put your money in this. This is not no get rich quick scheme, but in due time, you will see the returns. And that's what I teach my clients. So that's what I added from the last time we discussed to my Arsenal futures trading with crypto, collaborating with people to teach these children, and just expanding my clientele in general.
That is awesome.
Yeah, that's great, dude.
I like that.
Thank you.
Brother, you just made it sound so much easier to get into crypto than it is to get into the stock market. Even though to me the philosophy is kind of the same, but it's not.
It is actually easier to get into crypto, and let me tell you why. And last thing, the main that make it easier is it's decentralized. What is decentralization? It is that it runs 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The stock market, if you want to start investing in the Nike, right now it is Friday. It is that it runs 24 hours.
You have to wait till Monday.
Yeah, you gotta wait for Monday. It's 10:02. We can't invest in Nike right now. But guess what? I could tell y'all where to go, and you could put $10, $20, $30 into crypto right now if you go to the Gemini platform, if you go to the Coinbase platform.
Okay.
Tonight, you can start your crypto journey tonight. So it's so easier for you to get started. You can do it 3 o'clock. You might think of this interview and say, hey, Tim was right. I'm going to get up in the middle of the night. I'm going to get on this platform and I'm going to start trading tonight. That's how simple it is people make crypto to be this big monster that's unattainable, but it's not. And I would say this is the greatest time to get in before 2030.
Yeah.
Definitely. I do have one question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
Okay. Do you think that Trump is going to affect the cryptocurrency market?
So you just answered my question. On top of that one, because you can do both at the same time. The administration, this presidency, with what they're doing, with I know the money and tariffs technically don't have anything to do with crypto, because it's its own source. But I do want to hear your opinion on what you think our current government and what's happening around the world will affect the cryptocurrency over the next 4 to 8 years.
Well, our current, so I'm gonna put it in like a 5-year term. I know the government is 4 years, but I'm gonna put it in 5 years. So what's going on with the tariffs and what's going on with this current administration? It's just because it's sensitive areas. Anytime I say the Trump word, it's like a bad word, and people get mad at me. So call it the changing of the guards, if that's okay with y'all. But the changing of the guards, it does affect what happened to crypto in a good way. You know why? Because now, because of the tariffs, because of things with money, when you're buying goods and services overseas, it's going to cost more US dollars to get things. But we got this magical thing called Bitcoin. Like I said, I can go and pay for something overseas in Bitcoin. Instead of doing wire transfers, you can transfer $10,000, $20,000, $30,000 overseas using the Bitcoin, using XRP, using Ethereum, and the person will get their money. So this actually helps crypto in a way where more people are starting to shy away from the regular normal banking system in the centralized way of thing, and they go and decentralized. So people trust. That's why Bitcoin is almost back at $100,000. People trust cryptocurrency more than the United States or the world's banking systems. So right now, people are throwing more money at crypto. So everything that's going on right now with the government, with the tariffs, is actually helping the bottom line of crypto and pushing us forward to the future because the fiat currency is going away. That's why I tell everybody you want to get in before 2030. You definitely wanted to get in last year when I was on this platform. So you're not too late, but you definitely want to get in now so that way the transfer of wealth can be smooth for you because people are kind of shying away from the banking system. You're always going to have banks,
Yeah.
but people are looking at alternate ways to park their money.
Okay.
That's a good way to think about it. Okay.
Yeah. Did you want to ask your question, voice of God?
Oh no! Well, when Queen
he
Petey said her
answered it.
question, that was
Okay.
really my question. That's why I just added on to her question because it was really that. Because I was like, is it going to help? Is it going to hurt? Is it booming? Is going to boom because of it? I
Mm,
I was just curious. Like that was a big thing for me because you never know, especially with Elon Tusk trying to trying to get his Dogecoin to be the main version of Bitcoin, or I guess the
Sure.
centralized version of Bitcoin, which really can't happen because of the nature of Bitcoin. But like again, you never know with this administration what people are capable of. So, but
yeah.
that's why I wanted to ask the professional. But yes, he pretty much answered my question. So.
Okay. Because I was going to ask a question more so with how the Trump family is heavily leveraged into like the World Liberty Financial crypto coin. And I could definitely see crypto definitely exploding off of that and how involved the family would be in that. But I could also see the huge risk of, rug pulls with certain altcoins or meme coins. How do you navigate the waters carefully and wisely? And what is a good model to look into making like solid profits as a beginner in crypto?
So I'm going to answer both of those questions at the same time. When it comes, I'm gonna start with part one, the meme coin. When it comes to meme coins, when people beginning, I don't point them in the direction of meme coins, and this is why, because it is a volatile thing with meme coins, and it has a community. Anytime, like for instance, I'm gonna talk about the Trump coin. The Trump coin is a meme coin that people made millions of dollars off when it got into it. I still hold some because I'm an investor. I invest in many things. I still hold a little of the Trump coin. It went up to like $44 or $50, and people got in early, and it made a lot of people millionaires within them first 2 to 3 days. Then it was not saying the rug pull. It stayed at that $12 to $14 level. Now, because there is a community behind Trump, remember, so crypto is about the community. Dogecoin has a community. XRP has a community. Oh, by the way, I have to say this. This is not financial advice, but this is something that, I studied the charts on. So Dogecoin has a community. XRP has a community. Bitcoin has a community. So anytime a coin has a community, that's what's going to blow it up. Anytime you have Trump enthusiasts, which is a community, that will blow it up. Just like the Democrats have a community. If they come out with a coin, that would blow it up. So meme coins is based on the power of the community. This is where I would tell people to be cautious. Go to coin. Anybody can research this. You go to coinmarketcap.com. If you're looking into invest in any meme coin, that's going to be there. What you want to look at, they got to have at least $1 million worth of market cap. If they don't have $1 million worth of market cap, then it might be a rug pull. I see coins come in all the time with $1,000 market cap, $200,000 market cap. What some of these people do, or some of these CEOs of these meme coins, what they do is they wait for you to invest your money. And when they get to a certain point, since it's just a money grab for them, it's just like the street game. They're going to swipe it from you. But anything that has a strong community and $1 million market cap, me personally, like I said, this is not financial advice. Then I would look into that meme coin. And also when it comes to the ecosystem of Doge and Bitcoin, Doge being the new Bitcoin. Remember, Doge is a meme coin. Even though it got $1 billion market cap, it's still a meme coin. Well, my professional opinion, I don't see it eclipsing Bitcoin or XRP, but I do see it being a major player in the game, but I don't see it eclipsing any of the major coins. But how is the community behind any coins, and which, and most importantly, the market cap. You got to look at the market cap. That's why I tell people when they do the assignments with me, I give them homework. Go to coinmarketcap.com. Look at, they'll have a section called the market cap. If it's $1 billion evaluation or $1 million, it's a safe coin to invest in. Anything under $1 million, you may or may not be subject to rug pull. And like I said, even though this is a decentralized market, it's still volatile, and you still have to do your research on who's running the coin and why they put the coin out there.
Right.
Mm.
No, yeah,
Okay.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. I was thinking about, because you said it before, people think that Bitcoin is like this uncontrolled beast. Like you said, words like rug pulling and knowing how scandalous some coins can be, especially when you talk about meme coins. Because when you think about memes are trends. They're only popular as the meme goes. If you look at like that, most memes don't last for no more than a month. Special memes last longer than that because they become relevant, or classics like the Kermit Frog sipping tea meme, right? Like stuff like that. But it gets confusing when you don't know what is like the main coin versus like a meme coin. Like if I get into Bitcoin, quote unquote, I'm not getting into a subsidiary coin under Bitcoin. Am I just getting into directly Bitcoin, or is it something else?
Well, I can answer that question. When you get into Bitcoin is a stable coin.
Okay.
So the three stable coins I can name off
Meme
of
coin,
is
like
Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Those are three, major stable coins. The meme coins is Doge, Shiba Inu, Trump coin. Those are the meme coins. Those are the coins like a picture. You got the vice president has a coin now. Melania Trump has a coin. So those are the meme coins.
Oh God, for real?
Oh yeah.
If it's not that coin, if it's not a coin of her with that fucking hat at the inauguration, I don't want nothing to do with it. I buy a coin for that shit. That shit was funny.
Oh my God,
Her
please.
ass looking like a mask.
But yeah, I grabbed some of that too. The coins is still doing well, but it's not like when it first got on the market. Even Kanye West got a meme coin out.
We do have. I'm so sorry. We have we have a question from Trey Markel. Are Gemini and Coinbase the main platforms to invest? I also heard about a cold wallet from a friend a few days ago. What exactly is that?
Question. What's a cold
wallet? I'll answer all your questions. So, Coinbase is like the first major coin platform that you can get on, in Gemini. So when I teach my students, I have everybody get on Gemini because my personal opinion is a very user-friendly. Coinbase is user-friendly too, but Gemini has a very user-friendly platform. You also have crypto.com and Kraken as well is good platforms to get on. And what was the second part of the question again?
What is a cold wallet?
Oh,
yeah.
A cold wallet, I suggest everybody should have. A cold wallet like a USB card. So I was talking about this on another platform, and not to repeat, but I'll repeat something that
Please repeat.
Okay, so think about this with the garnishment of student loans and everything, because the government is getting more into crypto, into Bitcoin. If you have, I'll give a story. Let's say you have $1 million worth of Bitcoin, right? You owe $200,000 in student loan. What's going to stop the government in the future if Bitcoin is the main currency, taking if you got it out in the market, taking your $200,000 out in Bitcoin?
I was wondering about that.
You have it on Coinbase, they might seize it from Coinbase.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying I was agreeing with you. That makes sense. They could just do that, and there's nothing we could do about it.
Yeah. So now, what me and some of the people in my crypto community is talking about is taking that offline. So let's say you do have $1 million worth of Bitcoin. You don't have to keep it on Coinbase. You can get this specialized USB. I would say Google and find out. I don't know the names offhand, but it's cold wallets
Mm.
that you can put. You can transfer all your crypto onto the USB and you have it. Just make sure you put it in a safe somewhere. So all your $1 million worth of Bitcoin or whatever coin you have is safe on that USB drive. So if someone's trying to garnish your wages or garnish your crypto in the future, they can't because you got it on that USB and you use it as needed. So that's what Cold Wallet is, taking it offline.
I was about to say,
Online,
wait, what has it? So then question, because that's I understand the concept. It's like taking money out of the bank and you have it on in your person, like the
yeah.
equivalent. You can't take money. You can't charge me for something that's not in there. I understand that, but isn't it different when it comes to data? Because like what is the represent? So when you take the money out, is there something there like a digital signature that represents the amount of money I had in there? So, because, like, that's important.
So I'm gonna be 100% honest. I haven't put nothing in the Cold Wallet yet,
Okay.
but from what I understand, there's no once you take it out of Coinbase and you transfer it into your Cold Wallet, there's no thing that says the Bitcoin was ever there. So there's no signature. Only it's just like you'll get a transfer receipt. Like you'll get a transfer from your warm wallet to your cold wallet. So to answer your question, I'm sorry. Yes, there will be a transfer receipt from your wallet to your cold wallet, and that's it. It was
Because what's
that.
stopping people from, let's say I'm one of these billionaire tech people who has, like, a bunch of cryptocurrency, and instead of pulling the rug from under it, I just put it on my USB, and it just looks like the money's gone, but it's not because I took my Bitcoin on in my wallet instead of just pulling the plug from it. That's what I guess that's what I'm asking.
Oh, well, that's
Well,
that's the
okay.
same. That's the same thing as a rug pull.
Okay.
So
Mm.
let's say I'm the owner of Championship Trading Coin. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
I made a championship trading coin and it got up to $1 million market cap. For me to keep the money, I could put, let's say I own 80% of the coins. I could take all of those off the market and keep the money and I could have the money in my cold wallet, which you, the investor, is still a rug pull. Whether I do it the hard way or the online way, it's still a rug pull.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that's what most people probably doing. I'll give you an example. Y'all heard of the video game Sonic, right?
Oh Lord.
So I invested into this meme coin called
Oh,
Tails.
he's doing no, not again. Oh
I think
man,
I
it
don't know if
hurts
I
every
said that.
time.
So long story short, I didn't put a lot of money in there. I put $60 in there. And I'm like, this Tails coin going to go up. I got like 56 million Tails coin, but it's worthless now. It's in my
Oh.
wallet worthless because I got rug
Yeah,
pulled.
rug pull. Yeah.
I can't get my $60 back. But it's to me it's just $60. But in this economy, $60 is everything. That's a couple of dozen of eggs. That's some milk. That's something
Yeah.
for my wife. But I've been rug pulled. It happened to me. I had also in my Meta wallet. It was a glitch in the system, and I still got the screenshots. I had Waka Inu. It was another meme coin, but they told me it was a glitch. It showed that I had $1 billion worth of Waka Inu. I thought, I told me and my wife, I was like, we moving. I showed the screenshot. I still got it to this day, but it was a glitch. Even though it was a glitch, don't you know someone came in and like I said, I'm not trying to harm MetaMask by saying this. That's why I don't use it. No one. Me, my friends, a lot of people, we got our crypto snatched out of that Meta wallet. So that's why I would never use that platform. So they snatched my pretend money out there. And
Yeah.
like I said, I only had like 100 in there, but yeah, people went and snatched that. So the cold wallet is the best way to keep your crypto. If you do have that, transfer everything into your cold wallet, and you can always put it on platforms and use it as needed. Just basically, like you said, it's just taking your cash out the bank. You don't trust your cash in the bank. You got $100. You keeping it in the safe at your house.
Gotcha.
That's
Mhm.
basically what that is.
Okay.
Mm.
We shouldn't have.
Trey Markel said, "I remember Tails."
I mean, it was the biggest It was the biggest rug pull in cryptocurrency last year
Oh,
from our perspective. Like it's so big that my whole community found out about it and told the whole story, and I was just like, "Yo, what? This is not good for crypto because
Yeah.
that's scary."
now is the meme coin? Is this a family show, right? I don't want to.
No, you fine.
But
You
No,
fine.
this ain't no family show, chair.
okay,
My kids come on every once in a while.
so I ain't want to say this, but like I try to keep my platform PG. The Hot Tua girl, everybody know who she is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
Lord.
Mhm.
She,
Yeah, buddy.
situation.
That coin, honey.
yeah,
She has a
not
coin.
glorifying what she do,
She
but I'm
She
did.
did.
gonna talk about the crypto aspect. She had a meme coin that she rug pulled a lot of people last year on
She
too.
sure did.
Damn.
So, so everybody, and you can Google and research this. Everybody brought into the
Yeah,
to a coin.
yeah. I had a couple questions, but
Yes.
especially with the Hot Tour girl, I wonder if you ever watch people like CoffeeZilla and find there's a good balance between, would you say, like skepticism and research versus, being speculative? Because I've, just preparing for this interview, especially since I wasn't on for the first one, I was doing a little bit of reading and watching, and I've heard that in crypto, skeptics, they always end up broke. The get rich people who are chasing meme coins, they get wrecked eventually. If you want to be like somebody who is going to make it big in crypto, you want to be speculative but remain calm and make the right decisions based on the fundamentals. So, how do you build yourself? You've mentioned being able to look on like Coinbase and checking out
Yeah.
the market cap. But what are some other fundamentals you should look into to, you know, get yourself in a good position with crypto? Because again, if you're going to stay outside the market, be skeptical. You could do that and try and save your money, but you're not going to also benefit from those other things that's going on in the market. So it's worth playing your hand, but also you don't want to get robbed blind either.
It's definitely a dangerous game. It sounds almost like kind of like the stock market, but not as fast because a coin can be gone like that if it takes off really quick enough.
Yeah.
And there really isn't any security in either one of these. At the end of the day, it's a gamble. But with the meme coins and these other coins, you kind of just have to understand. I think it's a numbers game to me. If I'm understanding right, it's a numbers. It's definitely a pattern to it. You just have to kind of know what that peak is, and then just probably before the peak, pull your stuff out before the peak, because probably at the peak you're risking not having it anymore. I don't know.
So I'm gonna get into a little bit of my coaching, but since I'm a friend of the show, I'm gonna give y'all a little tidbits from my coaching.
Please and thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what I teach is risk management.
Mm.
Mm,
I'm gonna do two parts of it. Before you get to buy the coin and after you buy the coin. Before you buy the coin, this is what I'll tell my students. There's a website attached to each coin. Before putting a cent in there, read the whole website, know the functionality of the coin. Also, go to Google, type in the board of directors for that coin.
Okay. Okay.
Look them up on LinkedIn, see what other businesses they had. So, for
mm,
instance, I don't know the man name by heart, but I know the CEO of XRP. He had a couple of successful businesses in the past. Me and some of my clients, as homework, I went through their LinkedIn pages. We researched what they did in the past. Remember, everything go to the top. This is before we even put a cent in the XRP. You want to
mm,
know who the leader is. Like if I was going to invest in not your normal discussion, I would want to know who's the host, who's behind the host. Are y'all financially well? Have y'all been doing this for a while? How many episodes you have? Then I feel comfortable. Let's say I'm Netflix, and not like Netflix popped the balloon, but hey, I want to
mhm,
not your normal discussion on Netflix. Now I did my research. I know y'all been around for a while. I know you got this many views. I'm going to invest. Same thing I do with crypto. I tell everybody before you get into any coin, whether it's a meme coin, whether it's a stable coin, whether it's an AI coin or anything, and whether it's an ecosystem coin, research who's behind these coins, who's the board of directors. Had they drive just like you would do a stock. This is I'll call this my crypto trading psychology.
Mm.
If they have destroyed one company before, I'm not putting a dime into it.
Mm.
Because and
No, I mean that makes sense. That makes sense,
Yeah.
right?
since
but wait. Okay, I know this is probably the dumbest question or the dumbest
It's not your normal
observation.
discussion. There are no dumb questions.
So, so you said if you saw that somebody failed a bunch of businesses, but you did say you got that Trump coin though.
oh yeah, so
Yeah, but it's not his coin.
can I defend myself?
There we
He
go.
did succeed in becoming the president, so he had a community behind him.
Yeah.
That's what aided my decision. Whether
Okay.
he was in business or not, but
Mhm.
that's what my decision was with that. But with anything, you got to think about it. If someone wasn't successful, would you invest in them? And like I said, and I can show my clients where I went from zero to over a $10,000 portfolio, and I had receipts, and that's how they become my clients. Some people, some crypto influencers, are not coming at nobody because one thing I want to do is not bash nobody, but I heard some people don't even show you that. I don't have no problem showing someone my portfolio. So, just to let y'all know, you want to invest in people who has a track record of doing it. And just like crypto, if the leader is not proficient or the leader is not good, then you probably don't want to do it. Now, to come back to your question about the Trump coin, that's why it's like at 14 now. It was around 50. People, see that and they might see what he's doing and don't have it.
Looking so well right now, so he's not getting
Yeah.
support. His
Yeah,
support
so
is
that's why
falling
it went
off.
from 50
Yeah.
to 14. So that's a good example. I'm glad you called that out. But I was just saying my psychology when I first saw it, hey, I was looking at the community aspect of it and going into it.
No, it makes
Okay.
sense. If a lot of people,
Yeah.
he has a lot of followers,
Yeah.
blind followers. They don't care, whatever, blah blah
hmm
blah. He can do
Mhm.
no wrong. Oh, what's that? There's a coin behind him. Hell yeah, brother! I want that coin, and go ahead and do it. And then here we are. Would you say? Wait, Karina, you're muted.
And oh,
Like when they buy those hats.
Mm.
Right, it's the same thing. So yeah, no. So, and then to see the fall off. I mean,
yeah.
at that point, by that point, I probably would have dropped. If I had a Trump coin, using your logic, I probably would have gotten rid of it around the time the inauguration because there's no
hmm
way.
That's a lot of people, and that's how they got rich. They sold it at 50, and now it's around 14 to 17. But if I can, I'm gonna answer the second part of that question. Now that I'm in the coin, and this is a good analysis going back to that Trump coin, what's my parameters? So let's go back to the example of the Trump coin. If I got it at 50 and I reached my money, I would set a limit, a stop order. Now, what's a stop order is that you can sell it if it drops down to a certain point. So let's say the Trump coin is at 50. I don't want to lose no more than 40. So what I would do is go into my Coinbase, go into my Gemini, and put a stop order in at $40. So my money can't go below 40.
Okay.
Once the Trump coin go below 40, and this is what risk management is, the stop order will sell all your Trump coins and you'll get $40 per coin. So that way you didn't go below. And this is what a lot of people do. This is what I tell my students. Like if you see something going high, we always tell to buy low and sell high. So if XRP go back to $3 to $5, and let's say I don't want to lose my value that I have in XRP, I would set my stop loss to $4. So if it's at $5 and it hit 4, and let's say it go right back down to 1 or 2, I made my profit at the $4. So
Okay.
I would, tell people for risk management purposes, if you don't want to lose your gains, you set a stop loss. And I teach people how to do that, in our sessions.
So you can set all that automatically, like
Huh?
on the Coinbase thing, you can set like if that
You can
thing
set
where you
it where
said the
you want
price
to
goes
set that.
down and you can auto
Yeah.
buy, you can use your same
Yep,
money.
you can do that again too.
Oh.
So it'd be called a limit order. A limit order, let's say, I think XRP, I'm going off of memory, is around $2.23. Let's say I want to buy XRP at $2. I would set a limit order tonight on Gemini for $2. So when price dropped down to that, and let's say I wanted to buy $100 worth, I could buy $100 worth of XRP for $2 even.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, so that's you can do it either way. And let's say it goes up to 5, but I don't want it to go below 4. I'll set a stop order, so where it will stop going down. So as like let's say they we'll go to your example rug pull. Let's say they want to rug pull XRP. Not me, because I got it at stop at 4. So once they start the rug pull, my system will automatically sell it at $4. So that way
Okay.
I kept my
that
gains
makes sense. Okay.
and everybody got
Mhm.
rug pull. So these are the risk management strategies I teach everybody in my classes.
It's literally about what you said about your money
Yeah.
working for you. Like that now you're making it make sense. Cause
Yeah.
I hope Chad appreciates it.
Yeah.
Cause this is a better explanation than any explanation on Bitcoin I've
Yeah,
ever gotten.
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And that's tax.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then Bitcoin too. Bitcoin is back at 95, 97. And you know how volatile that is. That might go down to 80. I would put a stop order for 93,000. So that way, when it do go down again, I'll lose a little, but the stop loss will sell it off at 93,000.
Got you. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. So do you use the
Oh,
smart?
I
I want
think
to
Tress
actually
want to
close the
ask a
question out
question.
because we
Yeah.
actually go ahead, baby.
Oh, yeah. Well, I wanted to. Uh, I'm so sorry, everybody. I have the worst migraine, but Tress wanted to ask a question,
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
so
not to interrupt your voice of God, because I mean, if it's connected to the last thing, you can go ahead.
I,
The question I was going to ask is kind of tying to what you were talking about in the beginning, and I wanted to contextualize it. Because I would say that, especially in the past, especially with some of the things we discussed before, like for example, the Jay Z school of crypto was way more skeptical of those types of things. But to use a reference that's happening right now, Deion Sanders and his son is treatment in the NFL. Been watching a couple videos in relation to that where they're talking about black people being punished for doing the kind of things that white people get to do with just as much swagger, and with even more mediocrity. So even in the perfect world that we want to build, if we're not in that world yet, we still got to teach ourselves as black people and teach our black youth how to operate in this world in a way that white people can't just snatch these things from us. So I say all that to contextualize in asking for the type of lessons that you want to teach to, I'm presuming, a lot of black kids and also to, a lot of people who are in, the correctional system, a lot of them who look like us. What is the primary goal of, financial literacy and freedom that you want to see, built for our people and that you want to be a part of helping to grow?
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked that question. And I'm going to touch on the Dion and Silo Sanders in a minute. But what I want to see with Black people and everybody that want to learn crypto is that with investing, your money is working for you. You're not working for your money. And if I can use Dion and his son, they're trying to get in the NFL. The NFL is a centralized network. It has owners that's the owners average age is what 60 to 80 years old, maybe 70 to 90 years old. So these are very old school people. This is a very old school this is a very old school system. You could call this like the banking. This is centralized. So when you, let's say, as a black man, me and you go to work at a bank, and I'm just giving y'all the
oh,
reality,
um,
talking
Yeah,
I'm
I was
about.
about to
s-
say, yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, I'm so sorry, but can you just like hold that because we need to go to a commercial break? I am so sorry. I really am. We will be right back, you guys. I'm so
We'll be right back.
sorry.
I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kaka kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kaka kawaii.
Oh, okay, so just to answer the second part of the question about like as Black men and women, how we can navigate in this world. When you're in a centralized world, you got to apply the centralized rules. So going back to Deion and Shador Sanders, what happened at the draft was centralized. What I was saying before commercial break is that when you're in the NFL, you have a lot of older rules. You have a lot of older gentlemen running the league. You have a lot of older owners. So when you're in a centralized situation, you have to play by other people's rules. That's what centralized is. If you're doing your money in the banking system, you have to play by their rules. So what happened at the draft is not abnormal. It's the way it's always been. But because of we having a voice in social media, we're letting our anger and our emotions out. But this is the way it's been for like over
Yeah.
100 years when it comes to sports.
Wait, y'all can hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You can hear me? Okay.
We can hear you.
Oh, y'all can hear me this whole time.
Well,
Oh,
that,
Yes,
I mean, just
we can
then.
hear. Yeah, were you talking
Lit-
this whole time?
Hello?
Or?
Hello?
Yeah.
We can hear
No, so
you.
y'all were hearing me crunching?
We couldn't hear
No,
anything.
we heard you.
Okay.
Now we're
My
hearing you
thing
now.
was supposed to mute, but it didn't. It's not muting. It's not muting.
Wow. Look at this.
Okay, let me mute.
Not Queen P talking about so. No, you can't get food.
mm-mm.
My
But
apologies.
yeah, but going back, but anytime we're operating in this world, we have to operate by certain rules. We play chess, not checkers in this world, especially as, Black men and Black women. We play chess. They play chess, we have to play chess. But so if we're going into corporate America, We gotta be clean cut. We gotta have a right demeanor. We have to speak with a certain etiquette. So it's a centralized way of thinking. Decentralization, however, like crypto, Bitcoin, trading, getting into investing, you don't have to fit any mold. You just got to know how the money works. Once you know how the money works, then as a black man, as a black woman, you don't have to fit into their mold. Shador Sanders have to fit into a mold because he's getting millions of dollars to play football. Uh, I wish I was athletic and had that, ability, but no, but thank God he put me into something that's decentralized. So I can have my hair in an afro, I can have a beard, I can still speak with etiquettes, I can still represent myself, but I don't have to have a salary behind it. I'm decentralized, meaning that my whole thing is about trading. And to thank God with the invention of the internet or the widespread of the internet, it makes everybody decentralized because now you can have your show. Before, you had to be on the radio to do what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
Would have to go on the Breakfast Club just to get heard back in the day. Now I could go on Not Your Normal Discussion, be heard, and millions of people can see this worldwide because of the internet. So the answer to your question is if you want to fit that mold, and if you want to be in corporate America, if you want to be in the NBA, the NFL, the MLB, the NHL, the National Hockey League, the soccer leagues, it's centralized. You have to fit a certain mold. Nothing wrong with that. If that's your path, you have to play the game. But what I teach people is, and what I want the people out of juvenile detention, you don't have to go and do crime. You don't have to. Um, Crime is centralized too. If you think about it,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tell them
Say.
it's a revolving door. You rob somebody, you go back to jail. You hurt somebody, you go back to jail. If you wind up killing somebody, you go into jail for life. Now you don't have the opportunity to trade stocks or crypto or be the best version of yourself because now you're in a cell and now you have to fight off predators every day. I'm just giving you the real. Maybe fight off the wardens, maybe fighting injustice in jail. So you have several different battles that you got to do every day until you pass on. And I never been in jail, and I never want any to see any of my brothers and sisters go in there. So, and I'm not saying I can't save everybody, but if I can prevent a certain amount from being that fate, I will happily do it and let them know that you don't have to fit the mold when you're making money on your own. This is the beauty of America. We have the ability to be a corporation and make money for ourselves. We don't have to fit the mold. If I could share with you, the last time I was with you guys, I was at a job being heavily micromanaged. I want to say a month before going on your platform, my father died last September and I was being heavily micromanaged. I prayed to God, not making this a religious show. And, I don't know anybody religious backgrounds or belief,
You're
but
fine.
I I needed guidance, so I prayed and I decided to do this full time. And that's where life lead me. Now I've been given opportunities. I've been decentralized now. I don't have to answer to a boss. I don't have to answer to micromanagement. And I talked to some of my peers because I thought it was just me. I was like, man, just because I'm a black man, I'm being micromanaged at these jobs. But no, black women get it, black men, elder black men, and you could be a PhD from Harvard, but because you're in that centralized career, you will go over some scrutiny if you're a black person at one point in your life. You could be the best. You could be Oprah Winfrey, but she went through scrutiny. Anybody who's in a centralized job or getting paid by any centralized platform is going to go through scrutiny. However, Warren Buffett, all these traders. This guy named the Wall Street Trapper, he came from jail. He made it out and started investing. Now you can set your own parameters. It feels so good when you can make money without being scrutinized. That's all I can say. So yes, I would love this to answer your question. I would love to get as many people out the matrix as I can and have them become full-time investors.
I think that's really important as relates to the narrative behind Bitcoin and what it represents, because like you said, it being decentralized means that it doesn't care about race per
Mm-hmm.
se, right? It doesn't care about your class. It actually doesn't care whether or not you're a good person or a bad person or morally. All it cares about is the investment itself, and anybody can invest. And as long as you know the system, doesn't matter what your background is, whether you are a returning citizen or not. If you have to deal, and I mean this sincerely, because no matter what, until you get to the point where you can cut out being part of a central society, you're going to have to deal with it at some point. So at least know that if you're going to invest in something, if you're playing the lottery or whatever the case may be, if you have a little money to the side and you're already dealing with the scrutiny of being a returning citizen or whatever job field that you're in, put some money aside to and learn to put it in this decentralized area. That way it can build on its own until you don't need it anymore. We all have the 9 to 5s or whatever you work. And like you said, a lot of them are not, a lot of people aren't happy with their jobs currently. It's just is what it is. And our mental health state does not help when it comes to job security as well as what's going on in this administration. So when I see things like this and the Bitcoin and understanding, one of my favorite things to say this year is these are the breaks. Like, this is one of the breaks. This is it. If you're watching this podcast, this is the break you've been looking for. I'm not saying it's going to be right away, but it's just the beginning of controlling your own destiny and your own money. And we have the professor right here to ensure that you put your money in the right places. I suggest you become his student, his pupil, because I was wondering about that. I was going to ask you, actually, do you have people come to you who don't feel comfortable using Bitcoin but will give you the money to use for Bitcoin? Have you had that happen before?
Yes, my first couple of clients I had when I was first starting off. I've been investing since 2017, actually.
Okay.
I know it was 19, I got heavy into it, but 17. So I tell everybody, I started off with just $5. I was skeptical too. I thought Bitcoin was a scam too. That's why I'm so passionate about it, because I once thought this was a scam. I was like, man, what is this? This Bitcoin. So what I did in my mind, I was like, let me sacrifice a Big Mac. $5. If I could sacrifice a Big Mac, it's not $5 not going to hurt me. What happened is when I put that $5 in Bitcoin and Litecoin, I saw it go up to $20, $30. Then I was like, whoa, okay, we got something here. Then I started doing like 5 to 10% of my income. Then my account literally went from $5, and it's not, so I want to say this is not overnight. And I want to say after I got off your show and when we had that bull run in December, my account, just my crypto account alone, got up to like $15,000. Took a little dip. I'm around 10 now, because I didn't losses like I told y'all before in the beginning. So I didn't do my own advice. I should have put stop losses in. But but I showed my clients that, and they was like, oh wow. I had, from the year I started, from last year to this year, with my Gemini account, I had a over $200 percentage increase, in my portfolio. My portfolio went from 3,000 to 10,000 just in that account alone. Yeah. And I also got a crypto.com account, and I got a Coinbase account. I also got a Uniswap account. Yeah, so you can't buy all cryptos in all platforms.
Oh,
some coins.
They have closed crypto? They have closed crypto?
It's not closed crypto. It's different. So different platforms. So on Coinbase, you could buy some cryptos that you can't get on crypto.com.
Okay.
Crypto.com, you can buy some cryptos that you can't get on Gemini. So you're going to have different platforms. And coinmarketcap.com will tell you the platform where you could buy a certain crypto at. Okay. Like for instance, the Trump coin can be purchased on crypto.com, but it can't be purchased on Gemini. Okay. Yeah, if that make any sense.
No, it did.
No, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
I do have a question. What It's mining.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, mining
So
crypto.
so it's simple. Mining is when you take, so Bitcoin is a part of a blockchain. So in the
Mhm.
blockchain, you have a lot of data, you have a lot of cryptics around it. When people do mining, they buy special computers, special machines. They mine Bitcoin a lot. So what they do is they run these machines all day. It'll build up your electric bill, but you can run
Yeah.
the machine all day and get one Bitcoin. And one Bitcoin is
Mm-hmm.
worth $95,000 now.
Mm.
So I think mining is coming down when it comes to Bitcoin, but when I would say it was real heavy, it's still heavy now, but it was really taking off in the early
I want to
2020s.
say the 2015s too.
Yeah.
The 2015 to 2020, 2020 specifically because people got that extra money to get the extra graphics cards, and we didn't have a shortage yet. So people were just buying stuff just to buy stuff. And the people who really wanted graphics cards couldn't get graphics cards because we had to deal with these motherfuckers mining shit. And
I,
Mm.
the funny thing is, I was out, me and my wife, I was doing a radio show. And at the end of the radio show, this guy came up to me. He was, I think he was an Irish guy or something. This is in Philadelphia. He told me that he lived in an apartment building above somebody that was mining.
Mhm.
And when Bitcoin, I want to say when it went from like 3,000 to 40,000, they say this guy disappeared. Well, he didn't disappear. He bought a farm somewhere in like Wyoming or something like that. And he just like but like all he did in his apartment was have mining. So he must have hit it big with Bitcoin and he got off the grid. That's what he said. And they did a missing person report, like when they was like, hey, he just left all his stuff there. So yeah, I'm laughing at this to say that yes, mining is very major and people still mining.
oh, I was
So
gonna say, do they? They do.
huh?
Yes. So I remember like probably like a month or so before I met you,
Mhm.
babe. Um, I was supposed to do something like that, and I forgot what the name of the device was, but we ended up not doing it. But yeah, this is before I met
I was
my
gonna say,
boyfriend
if you had
Chronic
met
down
me,
here.
if you had met me, if you had met me and you had told me that, and you said a device, I would have told you it's probably a scam because people just make computers that do that
Mm,
specific thing, like server PCs,
mhm.
PCs with certain motherboards that can hold multiple graphics cards. The graphics card is the thing that's doing most of the work. So,
Yeah,
and when you have multiples of them, yes, it's going to get high. It's going to run up your bill, but
yeah,
you might get 0.00000 fucking Bitcoin. And if you already know what
yeah,
one Bitcoin is, it's just
yeah,
gonna. And it's one of those things where it's like just making money without you
Without you beating it.
without you
That's it.
doing it. It's the same thing.
yeah.
It's the same concept. Bitcoin really
Mhm.
is like I won't even say it. This is probably the best version of a pyramid scheme to ever exist because it's not really the scheme is to make money, and while there's always risk management and those things, and we don't like to use the word scheme because it's not a pyramid scheme. I'm gonna let you know right now, but the idea is that even though there's risk involved, there are more success stories than there are
That's your next stories.
the latter.
Yeah.
There are
Mhm.
there are some stories of the latter. We didn't heard some things that, but understand the things that are stable and the things that are consistent, the things that you should definitely be investing in when it comes to the monster that is crypto.
Mhm.
Um, Mr. Tim Lawson can guide you through it. So that's the idea. That's why he's here. So it's not a dragon. It's not a monster. It's not something that you have to be afraid of. It,
And,
this
and may I,
conversation enough is enough for me to get into it.
and may I say one thing? May I say something?
Yeah.
Uh, just real quick, and I'll land my plane.
Mm-hmm.
What and I like and it's not wrong with this because I think in the same way you are, brother. Like, yo, this got to be a scam. Now I'm paying attention to different communities, and I'm gonna say this lightly because what's a scam to us? They snatching up, and I say this all the time. right now, the crypto market is going back up right now. The best time to buy was in January and February, where everything was going down, stocks and everything.
Mm.
Not making this a stock show, but Nvidia,
They cross
Oh
paths. That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah.
Nvidia does the chips that runs crypto,
Mm.
The
runs
crypto,
AI.
yep. The
Yeah.
Nvidia.
When me and my wife bought a couple of Nvidias when it was down below $100, it was sitting at like 92 or $98. I bought one of those, just one, and it shot up this morning to like 112, $113. It might get up to $1,000,
Are you talking about the
but
crypto for Nvidia?
no, the Nvidia stock,
Okay, gotcha.
not the crypto, the
Oh,
ETF.
you got the stock for Nvidia. See,
Yeah,
that's
I got this
smart.
stock. So think about this. A couple of months ago, Bitcoin is at 95,000 now, but it dropped down to 80.
Mhm.
I was buying heavy into that. When XRP went down to 198, I was buying heavy into that, doing my limit orders. Now it's like when it goes up, you see the profit. This is the power of what's going on now. So when other people, like other communities, when they mining, when you see them doing this, they buying graphic cards. Sometimes because this is not introduced to our communities, we looking at them other people like they crazy. But
Mhm.
they know, like, it's this one guy I follow on IG, and I told him he gonna be a billionaire. This one guy sold his apartment and he lived in his car just to buy crypto. I lie to you not. He buying crypto every day. He just got over 10,000 followers. So he decided to go homeless. So he instead of paying rent, what he was going to pay in rent in California, he's buying crypto and living in his Tesla. That's dedication. It's crazy.
That is.
It is. No,
That
I mean it
is.
makes sense, right? Because you take you lower your overhead and raise your capital. So that makes sense. And that perspective, I get it.
Now I got a wife. I can't do that. So I can't.
Yeah.
We're gonna live in my Jeep and buy crypto. But if I was a single man, I'll probably try that too. Like, I'm not gonna sell my home, but I'll probably just rent my home out, you know,
Mm.
shower at the gym but it's all to a greater good. And you don't have to go to that extreme. And I can teach people how to use their income to invest in crypto. You don't have to go homeless. But I think what he's doing, he believes,
He sped it up. He sped it
yeah,
up.
and he's in another community, but he believes like, look, I don't have no kids, I don't have no wife, and it don't look like he's starving for anything, and he has a full-time job.
Wait, did you just say that man was fat?
No, he said he's not fat. He looks fit. He's not
No,
starving.
he fit. No, I meant to say
He's
not.
not starving.
Yeah, he's
No,
not.
I just thought that was funny.
No,
I'm
he's not
so
fat.
sorry.
Oh.
Yeah, so yeah, it's my bad. He's not fat. He's fit, but it don't look
Okay.
like he's famished, or it don't look like he's at the
Okay.
short end of the stick. He still work a corporate job, but he just decided not to pay rent and to use all his money to buy crypto. I think that's amazing.
Mm.
Can I ask well, not question. I just want to confirm something, and I want to
Mhm.
say it in a way that I think that a lot of my colored compadres can understand.
Not
So,
colored.
not you guys. I'm talking about the the chat.
He's talking about me.
I'm talking about the chat.
Okay.
No.
So I just want to know because like I I just want to make sure that people get a clear understanding of what a decent and simple path to wealth you can have if you're smart. And I'm just going to play this out real quick. So let's say like you said, I have a cheeseburger or whatever worth of money, and $5, $10. I start off with one of the lower coins that are available. Let's say the only one that I can afford is a what do you call it, a meme coin. I do my research on the meme coin. Okay, the meme coin just got started, which means that I'm probably not going to lose out money now if I get started early. So I put my $10 into this meme coin. I do my research on the meme coin, get an idea. I know my idea about memes. Let's say I give it about a month. I set my highs, my lows, and I watch the money go. Now, let's say this coin does really well, or sort of well. It doesn't have to be like extremely well, but let's say it's well enough to move to another coin doing the research. that would may have more value and more longevity or may not. Then I move over to that coin and see what happens with that. I test the waters. If I lose a little bit of money, I pull it back and I go back to another coin based on what I get. But the idea is that it takes a little bit of money to eventually be able to afford digitally your own Bitcoin, right? Your actual the Bitcoin, the big
Yeah.
coin. And this is without you, this is just you watching it and watching parameters and doing research. Yes, you can let it go, but you still have to take note of the environment and the community in which your coins are in. And I'm just using the example of having one coin or one type of coin and not throwing my coins everywhere. Of course, I know that once I get big enough, I can throw my coins everywhere. But the idea is to eventually play in the big stable coin and see where that goes and see how I can fold my money. And maybe if I get one Bitcoin, I could pull it if I want to, or sell it if I want to, or I can start another coin or start working on another coin and see where that goes so I can have two Bitcoins. Because 180,000 sounds like a lot of money, good money for me to just start off with some double cheeseburgers and some fries. So that's the idea that I want to let people know. Is that kind of how it works, or that's just one path, or am I off?
No, so that's actually what I teach in my coaching.
Okay.
So it's you have you ever heard of the term compound interest? I think you explained it
Hmm.
now, but uh, I'm gonna take a stock. Let's say we starting to get into Apple.
Okay.
Apple is start off at $10 a share. Now Apple is about like 200 or 300 now. But let's say every week from your check, you're just putting $10 in, you get more market share. Now Apple blows up from $10 to 200 to 300. Now whatever you have in there, let's say you have a couple of thousand, now you got a couple of 100,000. Now you can buy the major coins like Sony. Now you can buy Google from just the Apple, the
Leave it
stock.
alone. You can just
Same with
trade.
Bitcoin. So what I teach my students is every week I go from the laws and the principles of the richest man in Babylon. Uh, you take 70% of your income. That's for your household, your rent, your mortgage, your bills, and everything. 10% for tithing, 10% for savings, high yield savings, not just your regular savings account, and 10% for investing. And this is the principles I do every week right now. Even as an entrepreneur, you'll see your compound interest, whether the market goes up or down with crypto. If you keep on putting your money in one stock, I say one stock, one coin, let's say XRP. We know XRP is $2.30 right now. If we keep on putting like $10 in it, eventually when we have that next bull run, and let's say it went from $2 to $10.
Yeah.
Now you're sitting at a couple of, depending on
How many
like
put in?
every
Couple
week,
hundred
you're
dollars.
sitting on a fortune.
Yeah.
So and then now you're closer to buying that Bitcoin, or you're closer to buying that one thing of Ethereum. So yes, that's the thing, is taking what little you have and letting it skyrocket. And that's a good strategy. I'm invested in 5 or 6 different coins myself, but you can focus on one coin. The guy that living and being homeless, he just focused on XRP. He got some other coins, but he's using his rent money. So every month or every week, he's putting like 400 or 500 in this coin. So when that coin goes up, man, he's going to be up. It's just like that. It's compound interest. So compound interest means that you keep on investing into something, whether the market goes up or down. You're going to have a lion's share of the market share. And when that thing goes up, it goes up. And trust me, I know it's real because it happened in my own account in November, a little bit after, I got off your show, and my phone was ringing in January. Like, hey, what's up with this crypto now?
I was gonna say we good
Yeah.
luck. I'm just gonna owe that up to us now. We just good luck. That's all we. Black excellence at its
Yay.
best.
Yeah, and like I said, I thank you. I really appreciate you guys, because I know I was friends with Queen, but really y'all didn't know me. Y'all took a chance, on the information. What I did was, I made sure that anytime I come, I want to present something that can where someone hear your interview and they could go run with it and say, hey, I'm gonna try this thing out. you know,
Yeah.
or I'm gonna see about it. And I also have a book, Five Simple Tools on How to Invest in Crypto. I made version 2.0, so I think I might have gave y'all the old version of the book.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's no more pages and it's more in detail. So I'll leave y'all a copy of that book, once I'm done with the
Yay.
yeah.
Nice.
So and
Thank
I think I
you.
sent you the new, yeah. So I revamped the book because I want people to get it. I was like, I made it more simple where people could start from A to Z with the book and start investing into crypto.
Okay.
Okay.
I have two
That
Yeah.
is
questions I want to
awesome.
ask them right now because it's about the money. It's super duper important because that's like the brass tacks for a lot of people, regardless of where you are financially and getting into it. Like the end goal is that. But I see we have but so much time. I don't know if I don't
Mhm.
want to rush your answer. So, uh, Queen, did you have anything to
Yes.
add? Are we good? Should we?
Um, does anybody else have any questions?
So I had less of a question and more of just a stamp of approval where
Mm,
I don't know how much time we have left, but I was gonna say the thing
Five
I like
minutes.
about you. Okay, so I'm gonna try and see if I can bring it down to two. So the thing I like about you, Tim, I'm somebody who is very oriented to people who are about community. And especially in this time where, for example, you already have farmers worried about who they're going to be able to sell to when you have things like floods in Arkansas and a third of the farmland being destroyed, where people are worried that the tariffs are going to cause other countries to not buy as much from here, and all these other things. Is very important to me, the types of people that are out there looking to instruct community and help look out for people. And so the things that you're doing to try and build financial literacy and freedom right now, and really breaking these things down in a way that, both seems like this is a video that you should save and watch and repeat, but also you are somebody to like really hit up as a coach. I am stamping my approval on you as the kind of person that we need more of. And I want to see you grow even larger in the future.
I thank you.
Yay.
I thank you for that. And I want to say that I do care about the people. Like you said, I do want to see our people win. And one thing about it is we all some of us had tragic past and I don't never want to make this about me. But the reason I got into this because of the micromanagement of my job, because I'm trying to find more. Being I'm a married man, so of course I want to give my wife, my mom, and my sister the world. I don't want to be one of those men that said, "Hey, um, my father was famous for this, and forgive me for saying this, but some older people say, "Well, I could have did this, but the white man helped me."
Mhm.
But that's not my case. I'm not going to blame any community because when I wake up in the morning, there is no white man above me holding me down. And I'm not saying that it's a structure, it's a system here that do hold us down. And that's what I was saying, that centralized
I
mind.
was
If
gonna say
you're
that decentralized. You're in
yeah,
you wake up decentralized, sir.
yeah, I'm decentralized. So thank God I fleshed myself of that. So I'm not mad at any other community. That
Mhm.
when I look in the mirror, the only one that's there is me.
Mm,
There's no white man, there's no person, there's no system. It's decentralized. Every day as a man, when you look in that mirror, and this is what I want to teach other men and other women. Look, it's not over for you. I don't care if you're 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. You can learn this right now and be and live out the rest of your years, financially free. But a person just got to take that and run with it. And I'll leave out with one of my friends on Facebook was like, "Well, Tim, how you telling me not to look for a job and invest? Don't I need a job to invest?"
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah.
use your mind, use your imagination. It's Uber, there's Lyft, it's ride shares. Get the money that way. You can make the money to invest.
Sell some of your clothes.
Yeah, don't let nothing
Mhm.
stop you, and I land my plane.
Oh, say,
Mm.
I already said it. You gotta listen, my fellow men, women. You, we have to be centralized just enough to not be. The
Yeah.
money has to come from somewhere. You can't put nothing into nothing and expect something. It's not going to work. It's not.
Yeah.
You have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So whether that means you got to deal with that stupid ass job just a little bit longer, or cut back on some of the things that you like so that you can ensure that you have just a little bit to the side. That's what you're gonna have to do. It's gonna be sacrifices. I don't care if you're playing the lottery. I don't care if you're doing stock. It's all the same shit in the sense that you have to take a risk. Just that this risk is particularly smart. So
Yeah, and what I want to say is they show you the highlight reels and not the practice. When I'm doing coaching, I'll do some Instacart. I'll admit I'll do that just to keep. Oh, okay, I'm between coaching, but then when I have coaching sessions and stuff like that, I do less of that. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna have to fill in the blanks.
yeah,
Like you can't make nothing from nothing. I still have to invest too because I can't tell you to invest in.
yeah.
So I'll pick up gig work every now and then, but thank God that I haven't had to do that in a while. But if it gets slow,
Yeah.
you got to feed your business, and that's all I'm saying. Don't do not give up as men and women. You got to see yourself on the other side of wealth and success.
Awesome. We will be right back, you guys, with one more question that Sonic Chronic and Nina to work.
She got to pay for that.
I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii hoe. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self.
Are back. We have a couple more questions for our awesome guest, Timothy. Oh, I'm so sorry. Timothy Howard Lawson. And go ahead. Who wants to go first?
Okay, my question, because I think mine is simple and sweet to the point. At what age do you think is a good time to speak to your kids about uh, Bitcoin and try to get them financially ready?
Okay.
I'm gonna say as low as 5, and the reason being, you not only Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, you want to get them ready for stocks. One thing that
Mhm.
the school systems is failing our children is not putting financial education in here.
Financial
Yeah.
literacy is
Yeah.
And usually you only get those classes if you go to a private school, because that's the only time I ever had those classes for like stocks, entrepreneurship, all of that. I went to private school,
statistics.
y'all, and that's when well, statistics was like public charter, but yeah,
I didn't have statistics.
well,
I
bless
went to
your
Yeah.
heart.
I went to public charter.
Yeah, and I was going to say too, it's a very important to show them when they 5, so they get in the habit of saving, they get into the habit of investing. You could tell them, hey, we could get the PlayStation 6, or you could put that $700 in this, and you could buy the PlayStation 6 and more games when it's mature. So you're getting your kids into the concept of delayed gratification, investing, being wise with their money when they younger. So when they older, they don't have to go, mommy, daddy, let me borrow 1,000,
Mhm.
let me borrow 2,000. Now you got them in the mindset like, mom, I just made 3,000. I just made 4,000. Here you go, mom. Get your hair and nails done. This is the kids that you want. And instead of the kids that's going to rely on you for everything, because and I seen some of my friends, they didn't know how to pay a bill, they didn't know how to do things. Some of my family members, when they mom or something pass on and they mom did things for them their whole life, they didn't even know how to pay basic bills. That's how bad it is. So I'm thinking
How
4
you know?
years old, yeah, I seen this. You should
Yeah.
start even showing your kids like,
How would you start?
yep, I'm about to pay the electric bill. Watch me do this. So that way, when they get older, they can know when they out the nest, they know how to do everything because you trained them up to.
I'm about to say the equivalent of like when you teach somebody how to cook, right? We never put kids on the stove by themselves and just say make eggs. Yeah, they gotta see you make eggs first. They gotta see the shit. They gotta see the
Yeah.
process, and then you
Mhm.
have to show them how it's done when they're ready to do it on their own, not just doing it for them. I had to set up. I mean, I was like that when I set up my first doctor's appointment for myself as an adult. When I did that, I was like, oh, okay. So I asked the questions, I got shown, and then I did it on my own because I was so used to these things being done for me when I was younger that I didn't know how to do them. So I agree. Just kind of just each one teach one the whole situation and get it in there, right? It's the same thing. I think financial
Okay.
literacy as a whole should be taught at a young age, even if it's just with coins. Even if you set up a system with your child earning chores or candy or whatever the case may be, it doesn't necessarily have to be as dramatic as like a console. It could be as small as a bag of chips. You can get 2 bags of chips right now, or say get 1 bag of chips and get 2 bags of chips next week, or and it keep going from there. And you're like, oh, but now you have money to get a bag of chips on a rainy day. and so on and so forth. Or now you can get that whatever device you wanted. Or now you know that's how you probably should wing it into your kids. Financial literacy is important. I know some adults who don't know how to count, so you know I'm not going there. I swear it, but you know I've seen it. Okay, I've lived it. I'm literally living it to some extent.
You know, in Virginia, in order to pass kindergarten, you have to at least know how to count to 100.
For real?
For real.
They need to do more of that. They need to do more of that. A lot of kids these days now, I can tell you it's an epidemic in itself, is that they don't know how to count money. It's just that concept of counting change and dollars on physical money, not just like 1+1, but the idea of representation of what a coin is, what a dime is, and we're talking third graders, right? Third, fourth graders, and I'm like,
my kindergarten know it.
It is. There's something going on with our system that wants our kids to not know statistics or how to take care of themselves, so they can be told, "Hey, you want to do it? Do you want to do this? All you gotta do is this right here," and then they just do it because everyone else is doing it, like a pack of wolves, and then wait, that's not supposed to happen. What happened? And that's how a lot of people get caught up with quote unquote pyramid schemes because they didn't do their research. You should never jump into anything without doing their research and looking at the infrastructure of what you're getting yourself into. Just in general, whether it's school, whether you're going into a neighborhood, whether you're going to your friend's house. Shit, you better observe the neighbors. You don't know what you're getting yourself into these days. I'm just saying. We know this. This is street smarts. This needs to be street smarts at this point. That's what it needs to be. It needs to financial literacy because it's really bad.
I know, like in Virginia, in 12th grade, when you take U.S., not U.S., but you take Virginia Gov, you learn how to do paper taxes.
They teach you how to do taxes?
Yeah, they taught when I went to high school. That's how I passed the class, was doing my teacher's taxes.
Did your teacher's
Wait,
taxes?
Maybe
they teach you how to do it in class.
Oh,
I was
Wait,
so good at it.
You said your teacher's taxes. I was like, wait.
Yeah, they had y'all as free tax people. That was.
They had me. Well, I needed a pass to graduate. She needed her money, and I needed
That teacher's not fired. The IRS. He's running from the IRS anyway.
Yes.
So she got paid. She said when I did her taxes, I got her more money back than the actual tax people.
Oh.
So she would have gave you a not only should she have given you an A, she should have given you some motherfucking.
I got a B.
Yeah,
B to pass.
A B.
A B.
Hey, it went from an E to a B.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I said, I needed that.
As it relates to my crypto question though, which is super important, because obviously I know that you can get like a device or when you're ready to get your crypto, set it up, you can get it off of whatever coin you want at the value that you want it at, whatever lows or highs you set it to. But how do you go about actually getting the money? Because when you're walking around with a singular Bitcoin, right, I can't just take that Bitcoin to the bank and be like, I want $98,000. Give it to me. Like, so when I'm ready to use it, how does that work?
So it works like kind of like a instant wire transfer. Well, depending on what platform. Some platforms is 1 to 3 days. Some you get it the same day. Because it work with your bank. So I'm gonna use Gemini for example. Let's say I got $90 worth of Gemini, and I want to liquidate that into my bank account. Gemini takes 1 to 3 days, so you can max it out. You could take 80, you could take 50, whatever denomination you want. Put it right back into your bank account. So the platforms make it easy for you to take out. With the cold wallet, I believe. Like I said, I don't have a cold wallet yet, but I believe you'll put it on a platform like Coinbase or Gemini and just deduct it from there. But now, just to let you know, they're going to take 3 to 5% fees off that. So you're taking out 90,000, you'll probably wind up with like 88, 87,000, depending on the fees. Now they're gonna take their little bit off it, but you still wanna, get your money.
And does it matter what I get it? Does it matter how I get the money out, like in USD, peso, yen, whatever? I have $98,000, I guess USD worth. Does it auto convert for it? Like, does it know that? You get what I'm saying?
If you're doing it from Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is a transactional, whatever the Japanese yen, whatever the dollar versus the yen is, they're going to give you that and that. Whatever the dollar, the Mexico peso, they'll give you that and that, or the Dominican dollar. So whatever the currency or whatever the foreign exchange of that, you could take Bitcoin and do it in how can I say this? Any currency you want. So you might have 93,000 worth of Bitcoin and Mexican pesos. It'd probably be like 200.
Okay. That's all I needed. There you go.
So you could go to another country and ball out for a while with that.
Whoa. So that was the second question. So how does that work when it comes to, because it's like you said, it's decentralized. They don't care if you're Asian, Japanese, whatever. You could be from Africa for the fuck they care, right? Be Mr. Beast. Aren't the people worried that I guess the United Nations will see that as a form of money laundering?
It's decentralized, so that's a good question. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know how the UN see it, but this is why Bitcoin is popular to the world, because you can send it and convert it into your currency. So it's not money laundering per se. Now, has Bitcoin been used for evil? Yes. If you see some of these movies, Bitcoin's been used to traffic drugs and stuff like that. So I'm not going to go without the bag. But in this day and age, let's say I'm doing business with Jackie Chan. This is just a pretend situation. Okay. And Jackie Chan was like, "Hey, Tim, I can teach you Kung Fu, but you got to send me $5,000. Now, if I send it to a Western Union, I'm going to have all these fees and stuff. But if I tell Jackie Chan, give me your Bitcoin wallet, I'm going to send you $5,000 of USD through Bitcoin. I give him the amount of Bitcoin, then he can, to his bank, cash out that Bitcoin in the Japanese yen or whatever Mandarin currency, that he has.
So you don't have to worry about it being taxed or...
No. It's just like a wire transfer. It's sent right to his wallet. Okay. And it is a matter of seconds. Sometimes it's 5 minutes. Sometimes it's a half an hour. But Jackie Chan is going to get his 5,000 and he's going to teach me Kung Fu.
So we don't have to worry about the IRS coming after us for... hey, we saw that you put all this money into Bitcoin and now you have all this money. You need to pay us. Yeah.
This is what the good thing, and I'm going to call it the changing of the guard or the administration. Okay. They're making laws now to protect crypto owners. So not only that the IRS not coming at your door, any capital gains that you make off of Bitcoin, you're not going to get taxed on now that this administration in. Okay. So let's say I make 100,000 in Bitcoin. That's 100,000 that I don't have to pay taxes on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
When it comes to crypto. Yeah.
Sense. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. I have been enjoying this conversation. It has been so enlightening and so, I can't remember the other word.
You ready to go to bed, y'all?
Yeah. No, but in all seriousness, I really have been enjoying the conversation. I've learned a lot. I didn't even know anything about the cold wallet. So that actually was really interesting to me. So, but yes, we are going to have to end the show, y'all, because I have a migraine. But no, thank you so much for coming back because, you didn't have to.
Yes.
You didn't have to come back.
No, I had to. Like I said, this is the first platform that gave me a voice, and in my duty, I would love to come back again. I'll probably be in a different situation, and it's a good situation, not no bad situation. But I want to thank you guys for even taking a chance on me, learning about crypto. Like your other co-host said, I do enjoy talking to the people. I want as many people to know that they're not stuck. Like I said, I've been micromanaged. I've been displaced from jobs. I've been let go of jobs. I know how it feels, especially as a man and you have a family dependent on you. I wanted to show men and women that it's a different way that you can do this. Become an investor so that way you can have something of your own. It's kind of like starting a business. You run your investments like a business. You look at it every day. You see where you can take profits and things like that. And like I said, your money is always going to be working for you when you sleep. And I'll land my plane on that.
Right. Okay, so let us get into our promos. So since you are our guest, Mr. Lawson, you can start off the promos
Okay,
with your promos.
I got a couple. I'm not going to be too long.
All right.
If you wanted to find me, you can hit me up on my link tree on my IG. That's championship underscore traded 1111. You'll find all my podcasts. I have the first podcast of this show on here as well that you can see on the
Yay!
platform. And when you give me this one, I'll put that one on here. I have my book for sale on the TrueVast platform. You can click on that. I work with TrueVast there. If you don't have a website, they become your website. You can sell your goods and services. I'm on the TrueVast platform with my coaching. You could do an hour with me for $199. It's going to be the most impactful hour that you have for coaching. And also my book is selling for $24.99. It's version 2.0, 5 simple tools on how to invest in crypto. It's a 20-page guide on how you can do this. Also, one other thing is I just got to shout her out. I'm working with my wife. She has the Unseen World Tours travel agency where I help, book people who want to travel. Because when you're making that crypto money, you got to take vacation with us. So that's the plugs I want to put in. She's on IG as Unseen World Tours. She's on TikTok. I'm on IG as Championship Trading. I'm on TikTok as Championship Trading. And I have a YouTube channel, Championship Trading 1111. So that's all that I have to offer now.
You're muted.
I'm muted?
No,
No,
No.
Queen.
Oh,
Queen's muted. But yeah, okay. So the information, make sure that you for your wife's business, make sure if you haven't given that to us, give that to us as well so we can put it in the post production because I'll be editing this video. So I want to make sure that whatever we're putting up, I'm gonna have it up there. So in the final version of the production. So
for sure. I'm going to send that information to Queens once we get off of here.
okay. So I believe that Queen's going through something right now. So Nina, can you go ahead and do your promo?
Yes. Hey y'all. So we have a couple of new things that's coming out for Mother's Day from Scentsy. We have like a new whiff box because it's May, and we have our new Warmer the Month is gorgeous. It has butterflies all over it, and the scent, our scent of the month is to die for. It smells so good. The other thing I get to promote now is Mary Kay.
Hey.
Right now I am wearing the lip gloss. This right here, and it's pretty and glittery. My favorite actual product right now is this right here. Is our 50 SPF sunscreen. It goes on and it does not make you look chalky at all. So I put way too much, but it goes on like lotion. It doesn't smell. You don't get that like strong sunblock smell. But yeah, that's really it for today.
Okay. And for me, as always, I gotta promote my YouTube channel, Holy Bologna Jabronis. I have to also promote Believe New York. Speaking of community, they help New Yorkers who are struggling, who need assistance with everything from food to housing to education to all kinds of things. So if you know somebody in New York who could use assistance, or you're someone who needs assistance, believeny.org. And also want to promote nature.org. So the Nature Conservancy, one of the largest conservation organizations in the world, all 50 states here in America, 80 plus countries. And now more than ever, they need additional assistance in implementing these natural solutions to protect nature, especially while the Department of Agriculture is out here cutting grants. So if you want to see our world protected, join that community as well, nature.org. And hey, I'm on the streets representing them, so come do that through us too as well.
Oh, I got one more thing. Our
So
Patreon.
I I wanted to show what I had, but I can't find it right now, so I'll just probably put it up post. But those who know me know that I have a company that I run with my brother called Just Us Heroes LLC, where we do gaming events, parties, and sometimes even game tournaments. Right now, we don't have a location at the moment because of COVID, but and we're still recovering from it. But we do still come out to venues and events and and run tournaments or private functions, and we have the Switches out. And again, another week went by and I couldn't talk about the Switch 2 stuff, but we're going to get it. I'm going to talk about it before this shit launch in June. Ain't no effing way. But and also if you have, we also do branding. So if you guys have t-shirt ideas or mouse pads that you want to have your own logos on, we do logo printing and sublimation for mouse pads, as well as I'm gonna say mats. Equivalent to like Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon trading card mats, but also table mats. So if you guys have your own design or just want us to custom make something for you, this guy, he put his logo. yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
Not to disturb you, I need a T-shirt and my QR code on there. So when I go to these network events, we'll get some professional shirts, some ties with my QR code, and I'm gonna go in there and represent. So I definitely want to get your information once we off of this. That's why I this.
Yes.
Awesome.
That can happen. So
All
you can
right.
reach me. You can reach us on Just Us Heroes on Instagram, Just Us Heroes LLC on Instagram, or you can message me personally on Facebook or Instagram under Sonic Chronic or Leon Taylor. Both of them is fine. If you PM me, I'll respond in kind with serious inquiries until we get like an Etsy store or something. So I don't have that yet, but so.
All right. I'm so sorry, you guys. Had a little hiccup back here. So let me get to my promos. All right. So first, I want to
We
talk
just saw your
about.
mouth moving. You were just like, like, I think you're muted.
it was a bad dub.
I was very much muted.
You
But
killed my
yeah.
father.
Wow. Really? Really? What is wrong with you? What
Is that Run Pat?
You
I
remember
think that's mute.
and they were never heard from again.
It's the ghost. I'm telling you, it's the ghost.
See, I'm glad I'm over here, right?
Ken.
Because imagine if I was over there and that was me, like, put the doghouse.
You would never heard of. That's it. You be gone. Should be calling the. Should be called the electrician. The electricity. Where's your power lines at?
But no,
Where should I not?
yeah, no. I definitely will make sure I get your information. I'm trying to get back into it.
Playing with
I haven't
me.
made anything in
That
a
ain't
while,
cute.
but I have been doing a
What
lot
do
of
you mean?
vinyl work. So we work with vinyl sublimation. In some cases, we do really good heat transfers because I don't particularly like heat transfer because of how cheap the material normally is. But our heat transfers that we use are kind of really good. I've had this Sonic shirt that looks like hold on, I might. Queen, are you ready? I'm gonna take that as a no. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can pull this shirt out of my closet. But I have this one Sonic shirt that looks like
I need you to make a Sonic shirt for my son.
Yeah.
He's really Sonic now.
The one where he has the jacket on with the Supreme. And I made that shirt. I want to say I made that shirt testing out our heat transfer back in 2021. Yeah, because it was before I met Queen. And that shirt, I made it for my first.
That's great. Thank you.
I made it for my first Soccer Matsuri or Cherry Blossom Festival, and that shirt is just now showing wear and tear.
What's going on?
Oh no, I was referring to while you was handling business. I was talking about the heat transfer.
His business.
They last a few years. If you take care of
yes, I still have his pillow.
Ooh, can you show that? I can't find that.
I'm not turning on this camera. I look real fucked.
Yeah. I got you. Hey, not your normal looks. It's okay.
All right. So, back to what I was doing before somehow a door slammed. She did that shit again. Anyway, so all right, so anyway, I would like to promote my debut album. It is Thoughts of a Mad Woman, honey, and I'm pretty sure y'all heard it.
She thinks she Medea.
Here. But yeah, this is my first album. I wrote everything, and it's my baby, so if you guys can support my baby, that'd be great.
No Drake Ghostwriters on this one.
Please support her baby so she can invest in Bitcoin.
Yeah, do that. And
shit.
And so I also wanted to promote my nail polish line, Ewa Enchanted Nail Polish. I have 9 awesome colors, and it can be purchased from Etsy. Oh God, and you can also get my coloring books. I have the Magical Mystical coloring book and the alphabet book. ABCs 1, 2, 3, honey. Yeah. Right now,
I do have a question for you, Miss Queen. When are you gonna perform live for us?
Yeah, right. I want to hear it. I want to hear you perform this Chicken Nugget Pressure song.
Yeah,
I've been hearing about it.
that you've been hearing about.
Yes.
That you've been hearing.
I've been hearing, right?
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna get to that. I'm just getting things together here. So, but yeah. Thank you so much, Tim, for coming through and blessing us with your knowledge and information.
My pleasure, and thank you for having me.
No problem. And I hope that everybody enjoyed the show. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Don't forget, he's the Lawson, okay? He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
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 I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii ho. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love my fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with being selfish. If you were me, you would be selfish too. Give me what I've been begging from you. I'm too cute, I'm a kawaii ho. Give me all those clothes, let's go to the store. Pay these bills, give me cash, kawaii. I love me and I love